This video presentation is about navigating challenges in cataract surgery, understanding and addressing intraocular lens complications. In this video, we will go through 3 case scenarios. It is said that the case is not over until it's actually over. Here is a case where a novice surgeon is operating, where you can see the tip of the IOL injector, it's touching the posterior capsule, and the IOL is injected so forcibly that the IOL along with the bag got dislocated into the anterior vitreous. It was observed that the IOL was slowly sinking into the vitreous like a Titanic sinking into the bottom of the ocean, which is a cataract surgeon's nightmare, where you have to refer a patient to the VR surgeon. So we did the same with a heavy heart. All the ports were sutured and the patient was referred to the VR surgeon. This is the second case scenario, where the question is, why is the IOL decentered? A trainee surgeon operating with a small rhexis less than 4 mm and a PCR occurred during hydrodissection, which was noted during the last piece phacoemulsification. Anterior vitrectomy was done, and now is the time to inject 3-piece IOL in the sulcus. First, the 3-piece IOL is to be injected into the anterior chamber. As you can see, the surgeon is unable to keep the leading haptic in the anterior chamber. The surgeon had 2 to 3 failed attempts to bring the leading haptic out of the vitreous. Now here comes an idea. If you can't bring the leading haptic up, put the trailing haptic in the sulcus first, then use it as an anchor to bring the leading haptic into the anterior chamber. Now both the haptics are in the sulcus and the IOL is still decentered. This calls for an expert surgeon, where the IOL was dialed in the place and the vitreous was preventing the IOL centration. Thorough anterior vitrectomy was done to break all the vitreous strands. Here the take-home message is, first of all, proper placement of 3-piece IOL in the anterior chamber and adequate anterior vitrectomy to take care of the vitreous strands which are causing IOL decentration. And we can see the post-op day 1 picture shows well-centered IOL. This is a final case scenario where the haptic was broken while injecting. Now what to do next? Our first priority is to protect the endothelium. The second priority is to safely remove the IOL without damaging the bag. The leading haptic is pulled out of the bag, and now the incision is extended at least 3.5 mm for safe removal of the IOL. Always check the instruments before use. IOL cutting forceps was blunt in this case. Use a heavy dispersive ovary to protect the endothelium. Damaged IOL can be removed by 2 ways. First is by cutting the optic till the 2/3 part and placing the haptics horizontally. Then hold the optic part and pull it out through the main port, then twisting it to remove the other part of the optic. The second method is you can cut the optic into multiple pieces and remove single piece at a time. Take-home message is training juniors in surgeries requires keeping one's eye peeled for patient safety. Be patient and be vigilant.